Hi everyone, so as you know by the title of this video, this is basically how to highlight and contour. So you want to start off with a flat brush. It doesn't really matter what kind of brush, just one that you know is going to cover the spots that you want it to cover. So I like this one because it's kind of wide, it's not too small, so it's going to really cover a lot of space. So I'm going to be using LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm going to be using Chesnut and Toffee mixed together because I really like colors mixed and how they come out for my skin tone. So I'm doing that on the back of my hand. You can use whatever you want. Some people use palettes. I have a palette, but it's just too much right now. So I'm using it on the back of my hand, I'm dabbing it in, and you want to make pretty much a triangle, and you want that triangle to fit your face shape. So you don't want to go too much over here. I've been doing that and I don't think that's been beneficial to me. So I'm just going to keep it pretty much right here, create a triangle. I'm going to make sure I come all the way over to my nose because it is concealing all those bumpy lines that I have there. Bringing it over, and as you can see, this is covering a lot of space because of the width of the bristles here, so I don't have to do too much. Okay, so what I learned in makeup school was that you want to highlight where the sunlight hits. So the sunlight is hitting your forehead, it's hitting the bridge of your nose, it's hitting under your eyes, and it's hitting your chin. It's also hitting this portion of your face right here. But some of the places that other people will highlight and contour, you will not be doing that because of the specific shape of your face. For example, I'm going to do it in this video, but I don't really like doing it. So I'm going to highlight here, but I don't typically like to do that because I have such a square face. It's almost masculine, you would say, as far as like my chin. My jawline is very strong. If I'm going to highlight here, it's going to bring it out, and it's going to be an even stronger jawline. So I don't typically do that, but I'm going to do it in this video so you can see what area I'm talking about and how it's, you know, how it would look on your face. So I'm highlighting here, just bridging my nose, and then I'm going on my forehead. So what you want to remember about your forehead is if you have a big forehead, you don't want to highlight your whole forehead because it's going to make your forehead look even bigger. The purpose of highlighting is to bring some light out, you know, to your face. And if you have the highlight going all over your forehead and it's big, it's going to make it look even bigger. So even here, you're going to highlight your chin, and you want to do this in the specific shape of your face. So if you see my face is kind of, it's small in this area, I want to keep it in this area. I don't want to bring it all the way out because that's going to make it look very, very, very strong and very dramatic. That's not the look I'm going for. If I was going for that look, I could do that, but I'm not going for that look. Times where I highlight and contour. I highlight and contour when I'm going out. I do not highlight and contour during the day because I simply don't feel like it. I'm lying. I highlight and contour during the day if I'm going somewhere and I really, really just feel like making myself up and looking really cute. If I don't feel like it, I don't do this. So right here, it's pretty much above the jaw, but it's below my cheek. So it's not in the middle here because that's where my contour is going to go, but it's below where my contour is going to go, and it's above my jawline. I'm going to do that on both sides of my face. And you want to remember, when you're highlighting, you want to go 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin tone. All of this is pretty much to be determined on, you know, how you feel. But when you're being taught this, it's pretty much 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin. Okay, so for the next step, you want to blend all of this out. You want to take a damp beauty blender. I prefer the Real Beauty Blender, the brand Beauty Blender, because I feel that it's really, really soft. And I also like Real Techniques Beauty Blender, but this, I live by it. It's lasted, I've had this for like a year, and I've been washing it and it's still like super soft. I really, really love it. So I'm going to dampen this. You want to always make sure it's damp, because if it's dry, it's not going to blend out well. And you want to kind of go ahead and do this while it's still damp before it dries up. And the trick to this is pretty much blending until you can't blend anymore. You don't want any harsh lines. So, and look at me, I still brought it up. Don't do that, ladies. I still brought it up there, but I'm gonna blend it out so it's not looking too harsh. In one of my videos, the warm glittery fall look, I'm going to be completely honest, I did not blend that out like I was supposed to. Learn from my mistakes. I always say that. Blend, blend, blend. You don't want to see that harsh line. I did post it because it was a lot of work and I wanted to get the video up. I'm sorry. And the eyeshadow was very pretty, but that blending was not to the best of my abilities because I know better. Okay, so I'm blending everything out here. And this one right here, you want to really blend, because it's nothing like an unblended line right here. It's just, it's not cute. I'm telling you, it's not cute. Next, you want to set your highlight. The purpose of setting your highlight is to keep this highlight that you did from moving. So when you're baking, you're letting the powder sit on the highlight that you just did, and you're letting it set so that it will stay and it will last longer. And it also helps with sweating as well. Now you see when I looked over, see it's not blended? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's like really gotta be blended. I'm so serious about that. Because when you put that powder on there, it's really not gonna look right. And this is why I don't like doing that, because my jawline is looking like bow right now. There's a big debate about what's the best powder. I don't care what you use. Use what you feel is best. You can try what you like. Try different powders. Try Banana. Try Sacha Buttercup. Try Black Opal. Try all these different companies and you figure out what's best for you. Don't let anybody tell you you have to use that. That sucks, because it could work for you and it may not work for them. I haven't bought Sacha Buttercup because it's $20. Don't feel like purchasing it. I don't care. I've been using Banana powder mixed with Topaz. I will not use this by itself, as you can see in my previous video, because it's very, very, very light. As you can see, I am dark skinned. This is almost, in my opinion, this is almost white. It's very, very, very light yellow. Doesn't go good with my skin tone. I don't like using it. That's my opinion. That's what it's going to be. When I do mix these two together, it does make a really, really nice finishing powder for me. So you can take your beauty blender again if you would like, or you can take the white triangle sponges. And I like to pour my powder into the top. I use the end of any brush and I just mix these two colors together. So if you are dark skinned, you want your highlight to be 2 to 3 shades lighter than you, and you want your powder to pretty much be 2 to 3 shades lighter than you. However, your powder, you want it to be a little bit warmer, because when you take your photos, you're going to have flashback if you don't. So that's why I like to mix this, because Topaz has a nice warm undertone that kind of depletes that really white flash that's in that banana. I just can't do it. So we're gonna take the powder here. I'm dabbing it in the top, and I want to apply it to where it was highlighted. You don't have to go crazy with it. Like I said, it's simply just to set everything. So for your contour, being a dark skinned woman, it's very hard to find a contour color that is dark enough for you. So for me, I try my hardest to find either a liquid or a cream product that is 2 to 3 shades darker than my skin tone, and a powder that is 2 to 3 shades darker than my skin tone. I found the NYX Cream Highlight and Contour Palette. It has a very, very dark, color here. This is the deep palette, so you want to try to look for palettes that say deep. They're not going to say dark. Pretty much deep. I think Anastasia Beverly Hills has one. Just try to look for that, and you want to try to you're going to use either cream or liquid. It doesn't matter to start off with your contour. The purpose of contouring is to pretty much chisel your face and give you definition. So you're going to start first the middle of your ear here, and you're going to bring it down. This is the cream I'm using. You want to stop at the corner of your eye. You don't want to go any further because then it's going to start to look muddy and it's unnecessary. If you see people coming all the way down here, it's wrong. It's just simply wrong. But if you do have a long face, you may have to bring it down longer than other people. That goes back to what I'm saying about if your face shape is different, you're going to have to do your face different than other people may do their face. Now with me, I have a strong jawline. That's something that I would like to conceal, to cover, to hide, so to speak. So I would take my contour and put it there to kind of soften that, so to speak. And I'm doing this while I'm baking. So I take it, I'm going here. I want to soften my jawline a little bit. The contour is going to hide the spots that you don't want people to see. It's going to kind of chisel your face down. That's why people contour their nose. So your contour, I would say the most popular reason for women using, or men using contour is for their forehead. If you have a large forehead, this will help to make it look smaller. It gives the illusion of your forehead looking smaller. So you place it right above your highlight. Depending on your forehead, you're going to do this here. If you have a really, really small forehead, you don't really need to be contouring your forehead like that. You can just, a little bit across your hairline, but you don't need to be like doing that because your forehead is going to look even smaller. And it seems like I have maybe an average for it, I guess. So I just do like the even amount. Right now, I want to take the powder off of my highlight. You can use a fluffy brush. I really like to use this brush because it's pretty defined. And just wipe the excess powder off. And you want to get down and dirty with that. You want to really get that powder off because it helps to keep your flash back down. You just want to make sure when you're doing makeup that you're blending and taking your time. So this will be one of the things where you really need to take your time and blend it out. Okay, so on this side, I really want to try to wipe that off because, like I said, my jawline is strong. I really don't like highlighting that part of my face. You really want to make sure that you blend out your contour. Okay, so I'm taking Sable by Shea Moisture and I'm going to contour my nose. Now, if you want to skip the whole cream or liquid part, you can use the powder and do your contour. I see some people, they just use powder, they don't actually use the cream. But if you do use cream or liquid, you want to set it just like you set your highlight. So we all know the purpose of contouring your nose. I'm showing you for the purpose of showing you. I don't really care. I like my big nose. So purpose of contouring your nose is to make your nose look more narrow or smaller, so to speak. So next you can use a multitude of different types of brushes. The thing about makeup is you can use pretty much the products that you want to use as long as they make sense, as long as the colors make sense, and you can use the type of brushes that you want to use as long as the type of brush that you're using makes sense. So we want to use something that's a little fluffy so that you're able to blend. I'm going to be setting my contour, same spot, going in and setting it. So as you can see, my face is incomplete. You have a highlight, you have a contour, but how do you blend that out? You took a highlight which was 3 shades lighter than your skin tone, and then you had a contour which is 3 shades darker than your skin tone. Well, now it's time to get something that's more of your skin tone, and you're going to use that in the areas in between the two different colors, and you want to blend it all out. The type of brush you want to use is a fluffy brush because you're blending. Anytime you're blending, you really want to use fluffy. So I'm going to be using the color 360 Mocha from the Fit Me collection. This is matte and poreless. And I'm going to be taking some of that and using it in the areas that really need to be blended out. And you'll see how it comes together. And then at the end, if you have it, you really want to try to get this Urban Decay makeup setting spray. It's lovely. Or you can get any setting spray that you want. Go ahead and set it. This one specifically, it says long lasting. It really is. I've had this on and I went to the club and my makeup stayed on all night and it was just like great. So that's pretty much it. Just remember these tips. You want to blend, blend, blend till your life depends on it. You want to highlight on the spots where the sun hits, and you want to contour in the areas that you want to pretty much chisel, or if for your jawline you want to, the places that you want to cover and not have people see as much. The point of this is to give your face definition. Just remember all of those things and you'll be fine, and to remember just to practice as much as you can, because nobody's perfect. And if you want to know how to achieve this look, just click on the link in the description box below. Thanks for watching my video. Please like and subscribe.